Another great tool that Sean can use to find information in his spreadsheet is conditional formatting. You can find the conditional formatting button under the Home tab in your ribbon, and you'll see a button called Conditional Formatting. Let's start with looking at the total column. Highlight column W. Now click on Conditional Formatting. There's a few options. We'll start with Highlight Cell Rules. Click on Greater Than. Now, Excel will default with a number there, don't stress. You can, of course, edit it. Let's say I want to see all the cells that are greater than 100. I'll type 100 directly into that cell. As you can see, there's live formatting here for you. Excel is now highlighting all of the values that are greater than 100. You can even change the highlight color. There's a drop-down menu here. Click on that, and you can change that to yellow, green. You can change it to light red, but with black text. Have a play around and see what you like. Let's stick with the default, light red with dark red text. Click on OK. Whenever you want to get rid of your conditional formatting, click on Conditional Formatting and click on Clear Rules. Then you can choose Clear Rules from selected cells, or you can clear rules if you had several rules in your spreadsheet, and then you click on Clear Rules from entire sheet. Let's click on Clear Rules from selected cells, and your conditional formatting has disappeared. Let's see what other options we have. Back to conditional formatting, click Highlight Cell Rules. You can highlight cells that are less than a certain number, in between a certain range, equal to an exact number. This option, Text That Contains, is only going to be useful for text data. You've got an option for highlighting cells based on dates as well. Let's try Text That Contains, which means I need to highlight a column that contains text. I'm going to highlight the Account Manager column. Click on Conditional Formatting, click on Highlight Cell Rules, click on Text That Contains. Let's say I want to see all the instances of Radhya. Type that in, and you can see that every instance of Radhya staples has been highlighted in your spreadsheet. Click on OK. Remember, if you want to undo the conditional formatting, click on Conditional Formatting, click on Clear Rules from selected cells. Click on Conditional Formatting. You've got some top-bottom rules. Top 10 items, top 10%, bottom 10 items, bottom 10%, above average, below average. So the top-bottom rules are not going to work on text data. I'll need to choose total sales or some numeric data to apply these conditional formatting rules. There are some other very interesting tools in conditional formatting. Data bars, this is really cool. Click on data bars and you'll see all these little bars, different colors based on your preference. Let's click on the blue icon. What's happened is Excel has put what it calls a data bar into each cell. Higher numbers have longer data bars. Smaller numbers have very short data bars. It's essentially giving a visual representation of large numbers versus small numbers. Back to conditional formatting, clear rules from selected cells. Let's go back to conditional formatting to see what else we have. Color scales, let's talk about that. As you can see that 28,000, it's quite a large number relative to everything else in total. It's a dark green. The 7,000 is kind of in the middle. The 2,000 is also kind of in the middle. It's a lighter green. And all these numbers, $14, $7, $24, even $8.65, is a white color. Back to conditional formatting, clear rules from selected cells. Another great tool in conditional formatting is icon sets. This is really cool. Let's use this one. It looks a bit fun. As you can see, some of the numbers have turned into hashes, so we'll need to fit the column width. Okay, what's happened here? Larger numbers, you can see the bars full. Medium numbers, you can see 3 bars or 2 bars. and the smallest numbers you can only see one bar. Again, it's a great visual representation of numerical data rather than the numbers itself, if you want to get a quick overview of what you have. So as you have seen, there are several different ways you can conditionally format your data. Have a play around with data bars, color scales, and icon sets. In later courses, we will talk about creating your own new rules. But for now, have a play around with what we've gone through.